Legends of early Rome, the Apotheosis of Romulus. Next, wicked Amulius, by force of arms, ruled rich Ausonia, till old Numitor, by a grandson's bounty, gained the throne he'd lost. And then on Pales' festal day the walls of Rome were founded. Led by Tatius, the Sabine fathers battled, and Tarpeia betrayed the passageway, and lost her life beneath the pile of arms, due punishment. Then Curies' warriors, like silent wolves stealing in, whispers on the sleeping town, made for the gates which Romulus had barred, but one of them Juno herself unlocked, keeping the hinges silent. Only Venus perceived the gate's great bars had dropped, and would have closed it, but that gods are never allowed to undo what gods have done. Beside the shrine of Janus lived Ausonia's naiad nymphs, their watery home an ice-cold welling spring. The goddess begged their help, nor did the nymphs balk at her just request, but conjured forth the currents of their spring. But still the gate of open Janus was unblocked, the gush of water had not barred the passageway. Now they set yellow sulphur underneath their sparkling spring, and fired the hollow veins with smoking bitumen. Forced by their power and other pressures, heat pierced its way down right to the bottom of the spring, until water that dared a moment pass to vie with alpine cold now matched the flame of fire. Splashed by the boiling flow, the twin gateposts steamed, and the gate, so vainly promised the stern Sabines, was blocked by the strange stream, till the defending force could spring to arms. Then Romulus attacked. The soil of Rome was strewn with Sabine dead, and Roman too, and blood of father-in-law and son-in-law was blent in godless butchery. At last it was agreed that peace should halt the war without the final verdict of the sword, and Tatius should share the sovereignty. Now Tatius was dead, and Romulus over both peoples ruled impartially. Then Mars, laying aside his casque, addressed the Father of gods and men. The time is come, Father, since now the Roman state stands firm on great foundations, not dependent still on one man's power, to award the promised prize, earned by my grandson, promised to us both, that he be taken from earth and placed in heaven. Once in the assembled council of the gods you said to me, my memory has marked a father's loving words, there shall be one whom you shall raise to the blue vault of heaven. Grant now fulfillment of those words of yours. The Almighty nodded his consent, and hid the sky in black blind clouds, and terrified the world with lightning and great thunderclaps. Those were the signs Mars knew, that warranted his seizure of his son, and undismayed, leaning upon his spear, he leapt into his blood-stained chariot, and cracked his whip, and lashed his team, and plunging through the sky, stood on the sylvan peak of Palatine, where Romulus dispensed no tyrant's laws, and carried him away. His mortal frame dissolved into the air, as leaden balls propelled from a broad sling melt in mid-sky. Finer his features now, and worthier of heaven's high-raised couch, his lineaments those of Quirinus in his robe of state. Hersilia, his consort, mourned his loss, and royal Juno bade Iris descend her rainbow and exhort the widowed queen. Illustrious lady, peerless jewel of the Latin and the Sabine race alike, most worthy consort once of that great man, now worthy of Quirinus, stay your tears. And if your heart is set to see your spouse, come, let me guide your footsteps to the grove that crowns Quirinus' hill with greenery and shades the temple of the King of Rome. Iris obeyed, and gliding down to earth along her many-colored bow, addressed her cilia in the words prescribed, and she in awe and reverence would hardly raise her eyes. Goddess, she answered, who thou art I cannot well surmise, but clear it is thou art a goddess. Guide, oh guide me now. Show me my husband's face, for if but once the fates are gracious and enable me to see him, heaven shall indeed be mine. Quickly she reached the hill of Romulus with Thaumas's daughter. There a star from heaven dropped gliding to the ground, and by its glow set the queen's hair ablaze, and with the star her cilia ascended to the sky. The founder of Rome's city welcomed her in arms she knew of old, and changed alike her body and the name she used to bear. Then, renamed Hora, she was deified, a goddess consort at Quirinus' side.